Hi there, I'm Angela Brown and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is the show where you get to ask a house cleaning question and I get to help you find an answer. The question that we're going to cover today comes from a girl who is starting her own house cleaning company and she wants to know what is the best company name for my business. I love this question. I get to ask this question 2 or 3 times a week. Okay, so what it comes down to is number one, what is it that you're doing? What is it that you're doing? And the reason I ask that question is this. If you are cleaning houses should be somewhere in the title of your company name. So think about this. Let's say that you're looking for a house cleaner. And so you're going to go on Google and what are you going to search for? House cleaners in my area, or I need a house cleaner, or affordable house cleaning, or whatever the terms are that you're going to use, right? Those terms should be built inside your company name. Now, I've heard all kinds of people that have these amazingly creative titles, but they're never going to show up anywhere on a search engine. And I won't embarrass the people who have really crappy company names because just think about it. If you go to Google and you search for, I'm thinking of clean or something, that's not going to show up. The word clean is in there, but that's not going to show up under house cleaning. That's not going to pull up in the search engines. That's not going to help people find you. So a company name is not the time to be creative, okay? It is not the time to be creative. It should say something like house cleaning, house cleaners, affordable house cleaning, cleaning in this zip code, whatever it is. Be very, very, very specific about your company name. Okay, so the second thing that you need to think about when you're choosing a company name is what is the URL that you are going to use. And I say the URL, that is the website, www. or http:// whatever your company name is. And that is super important. Why? Because everyone now lives on the internet. When people go to look for you, when people go to vet you, when people refer you, somebody's going to go to your website. How are they going to find your website? Because your company name is built into your URL. Here's an example. My company name is called Savvy Cleaner. What do? I train house cleaners how to start their own cleaning companies. When they go through my program, they are a savvy cleaner. That is the result. That is what I'm offering is savvy cleaners. So my company name is Savvy Cleaner. Guess what my URL is? It's https:// whatever, savvycleaner.com. That is my URL, okay? So you want to make sure that your company name is built into your URL. Why do you want to do that? Well, you want to do that for SEO purposes. Now, SEO stands for search engine optimization. And it is super important because if you get this right, this will save you hundreds and thousands of dollars on advertising and marketing later on, okay? Instead of trying to pay later on to come back and figure out a way to get your page to rank in Google, start out by doing it correctly. You start out by doing it correctly by using keywords that people are going to search for in the title of your business name. Then use it in your URL. Now we live in a world of social media. So the very next part of this is your social media handles have to also include your company name. This is where it gets really tricky because a lot of the handles, a lot of the URLs are already taken. So if you have a really great company name, you need to get on the internet immediately. You need to reserve the URL. Okay, so you can go to a place like GoDaddy.com. And GoDaddy.com lets you register the domain name for your business. So if that is available before you register it, go over to social media. Go to facebook.com/, type in the business name that you want and see if someone else is already using it. So on facebook.com/, my company is Savvy Cleaner. Okay? On Twitter, it's Twitter/Savvy Cleaner. On Instagram, it's Instagram/Savvy Cleaner. The little @ with your company name, @Savvy Cleaner. Okay? So all of my social media is consistent with my company name and with my branding. And so if you get this right now, like I said, it will save you so much money and so much hassle later on. You can't be Savvy Cleaner and then have your URL at some, not your URL, but your handles on social media be something like one cool chick. That doesn't make any sense. People are not going to associate one cool chick with Savvy Cleaner. Do you see what I'm saying? They have to be consistent. They have to be consistent across the board. Here's why. The search engines are getting smarter and smarter every day with the algorithms that help connect the dots on social media. And so what happens is places like Google, they want to provide the best user experience. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to connect the dots. So let's say that you are Savvy Cleaner and you are also Savvy Cleaner on Facebook. They're going to start looking for clues. Is this the same Savvy Cleaner, and can I link them? And so what happens is on Savvy Cleaner, let's say on Savvy Cleaner Facebook, if my Facebook page is all about things that are about cleaning and house cleaning and cleaning tips and things like that, Google is going to say, wait a second, I think this is associated with this, and it's going to link the two of them, and my search engine rankings just went up. If I use this page to talk about things like my dogs and tattoos and a picnic that I'm having and a boating trip, Google is going to say, well, it has the same name, but I'm confused. I don't think it's the same person, which is one of the reasons why you have to have business social media pages. So you can link the business social media pages back to your URL. Then when you start producing content, let's say that you make a video like the one that I'm making right now, it will connect this with this. So if I post this video over here on social media, guess what? It's going to find its way to the search engines, and half my work is already done. So when you create a company name, this is huge. This is super important. Get it right. Get it right from the very beginning. This is not the time to say a mother, daughter loves to clean or something like that. That is not a good company name. Nobody's ever going to look for you there. Guy in a cleaning truck. Maybe, but not likely. Cleaning houses, house cleaning, cleaning company, affordable cleaning, something like that. Cleaning in whatever your zip code is. There are people that have amazing companies for house cleaning, and they have coined terms like top-notch Chicago cleaning company. That's pretty awesome. Guess what? They clean in Chicago, right? So don't be creative. Just be consistent with all of your marketing approaches. And if you set that up in the very beginning, I promise you this, it will save you a lot of time and hassle later on. Okay, that's our tip for today. And if you have any questions, go over to askahousecleaner.com. There's a little blue button. Click on that button. A little microphone appears. You can ask your questions. If you like this tip and you found it helpful, please pass it along, share it, tweet it, pin it, post it, whatever you guys do. Okay, that's it for today. And until I see you again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.